We're Midland. This is our iHeartRadio CMT Ask Anything Chat with our buddy Cody Allen. Huge day for us. Our debut album, On the Rocks, came out today. Thanks again to Cody for having us on After Midnight and for having us on CMT on tour. May from Madison asks,
do you remember the first time you saw your video on CMT?
Absolutely.
I don't, but I remember that my mother called me, and that was very exciting because she watches CMT every morning. I don't have TV, so I wasn't able to watch it. But my mom was absolutely just blown away that she was watching me and the boys on TV. And it was a really special moment because she does watch the countdown, and she watches CMT ever since I was a little kid down at the ranch. So
side note, Mark called his dad the other day to tell him that we had a #1 record, and the first thing he said was, "But where's the video at?"
What number is the video at?
Okay. Why don't you say Ellen from New Jersey?
Okay. Ellis from Birmingham.
Oh, sorry, Ellis. Sorry.
Ellis from Birmingham asks,
where did you get the suits like you're wearing on the CD cover? Well, those were made by a company called Fort Lonesome in Austin, Texas. We designed those suits with them. They're a nod to the Nudie suits of old. Like you saw people like Hank Williams wearing, Elvis, and so on. So that's our little tip of the hat to the old days.
and one of a kind. Wow. What?
Wow.
What?
Jinx.
Ellen from New Jersey wants to know.
I want to hear about the first time you heard your song on the radio. The first.
Exclamation point.
Oh. I want to hear about the first time you heard your song on the radio. First time. Actually, it was with Mark the first time we heard our song.
And with Jess and with our radio.
No, it was just me and you in the truck, though.
Oh,
I think
that's
Jess
true.
was in another-
That is true.
I was with Mark the first. Jess called us the first time he had heard it on the radio, and Mark and I were very jealous because we don't do as much driving.
Envious.
Mark rides a bicycle, and I don't leave my house, so it took me a second to hear it on the radio. But when Mark and I were together, we were heading to our first ever radio meet on our radio tour.
That's true.
And it came on as we were pulling into the parking lot of the radio station, and we just sat there, kind of teared
Wept
up,
like babies.
and then said, "Let's move on with life." Very important thing, though. You spend your whole life playing music, and the first time you get to hear it on the radio, there's nothing really quite like it.
Pretty magical.
Doris from Wilkes-Barre wants to know,
Cameron, where do you keep your MTV Music Video Award? And do past winners get invited to come to the show every year?
no, past winners don't get invited to come to the award show.
And where do you
Unfortunately,
keep the trophy?
I keep the proverbial keep the Moon Men statues right on top of the upright piano in our rehearsal space back in Texas. That way,
You can lord them over us.
if there's ever a moment where I don't get my way or we come to a stalemate in an argument, all the guys need to do is turn to their left to see the glory that is the Moon Man. And then they end up coming together, and it backfires on me, and I lose whatever conversation or argument that we're in. They're spit shined every morning and are made out of 100% Pittsburgh steel.
Is that me asking this? Kylie from Mayfield wants to know.
Who in the band would be best suited for a boy band? I'm going to go with Mark because of his sweet dance
Abs.
moves and his abs.
got abs
Mark has a
and
lot of
moves.
like stuff like this that I feel like would be good for choreography.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and he could do the snake.
And I can go,
Sarah from Raleigh wants to know.
Do you have nicknames for each other? Yes, we do.
Sound off.
Okay, sound off. This is over here to my left, your right is Spam. Over here to my right, your left is Latte.
And over here to my right is
Involuntary Deputy Air Marshal Randall Storm.
AKA
Baloo.
Baloo
Balls.
from Tailspin.
Okay, Mike
Tailspin.
from Brownsville wants to know,
Tailspin,
Mike from sorry,
Mike from Brownsville wants to know.
Jess, what's your drink of choice? Well, come
I'm
on.
gonna go with a fine white wine.
Pinot
I find-
Grigio or a Sauvignon Blanco.
Pinot.
Yeah.
Pinot Grigio. I
Love
find that
those
it is
things.
refreshing. It works in the daytime as well as in the evening.
Makes you look sophisticated.
Yeah.
Brings a little sophistication into the scene. The ladies love it.
Mhm.
All right. What's your answer, Mike?